May I have a motion that the Board of Education approve the agenda as presented?
So moved. Second?
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Abstain? Motion carries. May I have a motion that the Board of Education approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second?
Are there any items to be pulled for individual discussion? Maria, please call the roll.
Sarah Delaria,
Yes.
Brent Hafer,
Yes.
Amanda Capola,
Yes.
Lynn Steiner,
Yes.
Natalie Kaczarski.
Yes.
Terry Taylor,
Yes.
Farwa Ahmed.
Yes, motion carries. Okay, public comment. Anyone wishing to address the board may do so at this time. If multiple individuals wish to address the board on the same subject, the group is encouraged to appoint a spokesperson. Please state your name and affiliation with the district. You are asked to limit your comments to 3 minutes and abide by the public participation policy of the district. Please understand that the board will not respond to your questions and concerns during the meeting. A member of the administration team and/or board will follow up with you after the meeting. Okay, moving forward with the school board president's report, self-monitoring report. I have not received anything. Dr. Castillo for board discussion.
Yes, for board discussion or board information, we have placed the meeting dates and times for the 2026-2027 school year there. Really, it's a mirror of this school year, just obviously next year. So I don't think there was any big issues with the date, so we just went along with those.
Finance and facilities, Sarah.
So we met on Tuesday, April 14th at 6 p.m. You'll probably hear more details of this later, but this is the brief overview part. First, we got an update on the 2025 tax levy. If you remember, we worked on that in the fall. The final levy was submitted in December. The county assessor's office then reviews all the tax levies from everybody taxing the property owners and made the final calculations on EAV, new construction, and tax exemptions. So in early April, the county notified the district of final tax levy extension, and the projected extension for all funds we thought was going to be $20,622,364. This is why you study place value. The final extension actually is going to be $20,613,220. So a little bit less than what we were expecting because of the changes in EAV. The committee also discussed the 5-year financial forecast for the district, looked at end of year projections for the current year, reviewed revenue and expenditure assumptions for next year and the subsequent years. The committee reviewed spending trends and ending fund balances for each of those 5 years coming. Next, we discussed contract renewals, which is stuff that we just okayed. There was a contract renewal for GSF, which is our custodial services. GSF agreed to lower the annual rate, saving the district $39,630. District also is seeking a 1-year contract renewal with Whitson's, which is the food service people. Whitson's agreed to lower their rate for school lunch from $5.85 to $5.65 per meal, which is a savings of 3.6%. Finally, the district has a 1-year other extension with Makers Maintenance, which is the district's landscaping company, and they're going to hold rates flat or the same as this last year. Lastly, we talked about medical insurance rates, which are not staying the same. We are with the Educational Benefit Cooperative, so a whole group of school districts in order to get the best rate possible. But even so, PPO medical will increase by 12.2%. HMO medical will increase by 14.4%. HMO dental and life insurance will remain the same. The average loss ratio is much higher than expected for the insurance company. So that's the change in rate. The average increase for member districts overall, not just us, but overall will be 16%. And Keeneyville's increase is actually lower than average. There's not a lot you can do with medical and dental benefits just going up. Yeah. The next finance and facilities meeting is scheduled for May 12th, starting at 6 p.m.
Thanks, Sarah. SACIT, Dr. Castillo.
Yes, the SACIT Board of Directors met yesterday. So we took action on several items, including the approval of to submit the fiscal year 27 tentative budget to the governing board, the approval of new substitute rates, approval of insurance renewal, similar to us, for fiscal year 27, and then the approval of the administrative and non-CBA staff salary increases for the following year.
Sure.
For discussion and information, items included enrollment, staffing, strategic plan progress, board committee updates. And the two items that took the most of the time during the meeting were the review of the revised joint agreement bylaws and the facilities planning update. So in the next few weeks, I'll be sending you some additional information regarding those two items. I'll also be contacting Amanda just to make sure she has all the information for the next governing board. But there's a lot of changes coming, so a lot of good things. And then we did have a closed session. That closed session was used to talk about negotiations and as well as other personnel matters.
Thank you. Moving forward with dashboards, the financial dashboard, Brian.
Great. We'll pull that up here. So as usual, the finance dashboard goes through year to date through March 31st. We'll take a look at the revenues here first. It's about 75% of the school year, about 3/4 of the fiscal year, I should say. Great. So we'll look at revenues. These are the revenues through March 31st. So beginning of the year to March 31st. Most revenues are on track. Virtually all local property taxes have come in. The CPPRT line, that is trending low. There are some payments in the second half of the year. State revenues and federal revenues, you can see kind of where they're trending. To be honest, and we talked about this in committee, state revenues might end the year a little bit lower than expected due to we're tier 2 in EBF funding, a little bit less in transportation claim. Federal revenues might end at or a little bit more than what we budgeted for. The National School Lunch Program, maximizing the grants, Medicaid revenue, it's all federal revenue. Total revenues through March 31st, as you can see there, to $26,769,507, or about 93% of budgeted revenues. The next slide's expenditures through March 31st. Most expenditures are on track. The first two lines, salaries, benefits, are probably trending a little bit below budget, so we might end the year a little bit under budget on salaries, benefits. There's another line there, other objects. That's primarily, a big chunk of that is tuition for outplaced students. And we're trending high on that. And that's simply due to services for students who are outplaced. Most other expenditures are on track for the year. Total expenditures, as you see there, about $23,355,733, or about 72% of budgeted expenditures. This next slide is the overall fund balance through March 31st. So total revenues there, about $25.4 million. Total expenditures, about $22 million. And then the ending fund balance for all funds on that bottom right there is $23,247,103. And then the bottom is operating, so taking out debt service and capital. Operating funds are about $22.8 million, or about an 81% fund balance through March 31st. This is just a visual representation of that all funds fund balance. And that's $23,247,000. So that yellow bar is the current year, following same trend as previous years, but kind of spending down that fund balance. And the next slide is just operating. So again, taking out debt service and capital. So fund balance for operating funds, about $22.8 million, or about a 57% fund balance per 10 year. Then lastly, CPI, this is March CPI, a little bit higher than previous months. The data shows inflation is about 3.2% in March on a year-over-year basis. So as you can see, that's a fairly big increase from previous months. That's in line with what economists had expected. A lot of that is due to the record high gas prices on that CPI. And then I'll leave that December, that first one is December. That'll be used for the tax levy, the next tax levy. And this is kind of a reference throughout the year. So we'll see where it lands at, as we go on throughout the year. And then I just wanted to, this is in the board packet, a couple contracts, but one of the big ones is the health insurance renewal rates. Did want to just give a quick overview to the board. So we're part of EBC, Health Insurance Co-op. So this is the 26-27 health insurance renewal rates. So as you can see, PPO medical going up 12.2%, HMO medical going up 14.4%. And then on the bottom there is our cost as a district. So what we pay as a district for all of our share for staff member benefits. Next year is estimated to be about 2.9 million. This year is about 2.6 million. So an increase of about 340,000 or about 13%. Yeah. And actually talking to feeder districts at other districts in the area, most are seeing a health insurance increase of about 11 to 19%. Just healthcare costs are just going up, and insurance companies are trying to recuperate those losses. So the rates are going up next year.
And these rates we can never predict,
No.
correct?
There's
Yeah.
nothing you can do
Mhm.
about it.
The big thing is they calculate what's called a loss ratio. So they look at, last year, the year we're currently in now, and there was a much higher loss ratio than expected. So a lot of that increases to kind of recoup those losses. Typically it's anywhere from 5 to 7% increase. So this is higher than, the past years. But again, it's a little bit below average, and it's on the low end of what a lot of other districts are increasing. And then I just wanted to give a high level overview of what we offer our staff members. Through EBC, we offer Blue Cross Blue Shield plans, PPO, HMO, dental, vision, life, voluntary, accidental death, and dismemberment. Those are our health insurance options that are available to staff members. The open enrollment is going to be the first 3 weeks of May, and then that goes into effect July 1. And then through EBC, there's a lot of wellness benefits. There's a health and wellness online management. There's a Blue 365, which gives us discounts on health and wellness gear, gym memberships, Teladoc Health, employee assistance management, which is like a confidential, almost like a hotline for crisis and counseling, in an immediate sense. And then Wellbeing Portal has all these fitness challenges and healthy recipes, and we're actually in the middle of a Steps Fitness Challenge right now through this portal. So there are a lot of benefits that they offer that we like to offer our staff members under this co-op. And I think that's it. Any questions?
Student and staff dashboard?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if we go to the first slide, so we see Greenbrook. So you'll notice some days in common between the buildings where they had over 10% of the students out. So Greenbrook had the 13th, the 16th, 17th, 20th, and then April 10th. 2 of those days were noted as religious holidays. That's why most had students out. On March 16th, remember that was that day of the bad weather. So we had a lot of students out on that day, and then a sick day for the 17th. Very similar. If we look at Waterbury. Waterbury had 3 days, and they were in common with Greenbrook, the 16th, the 20th, and the 27th. Again, the 16th of bad weather day, the 20th of religious holiday, and then on the 27th, we had a number of families that left early for vacation. And then Springwood. If we look at Springwood, again, we had 2 of the days in common, the 16th as well as the 20th. And same reason, one was weather, and the other one was religious holiday. If we look at the staff attendance. Again, Fridays continues to be our day, as well as Monday, where we have the most absences when it comes to teachers. Okay, again, day of the week, Friday and Monday. And then by category, meaning administrators, support staff, and teachers.
Thank you. Moving forward, our superintendent's report, Dr. Castillo.
Yes, I have a few items to report this month. So the first is we were going to recognize our assistant principals at this meeting. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it to the meeting, so we're going to move it till next month for their recognition. The second item is our AI advisory committee met for the first time last month. Again, we're very excited to have this advisory committee so we can continue implementing some of the AI tools with our teachers as well as with our students. And additional information will come out once we start rolling some of those things out. We have a lot of parents here, so information will go out to parents as well. The second item is, or a third item, Raptor Emergency Management. So for next year, we're also going to be implementing a new, the Raptor Emergency Management Suite. So that covers just, it's a management system where we can account for students as well as release students, with a digital component or a digital tool. This would have been very helpful for our Waterbury water main break that we had earlier this school year. Very helpful to be able to manage that emergency a little quicker. So we're looking forward to that. And I had one more.
I don't have it.
Okay. What was it, Maria?
Summer hours.
Summer hours. Yes, there you go. That's an important one. That's why Maria remembered. Yeah, the summer hours. So just like in the past, I would like to implement the summer hours for our offices, similar to the high school. So it's always nice to have a day off on that Friday. So if the power needs to be turned down or all the water needs to be turned off, it can happen. So we, due to construction and those type of things. So we are seeking to have summer hours again this summer for our offices. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. And for our next report, we have Dr. Buckley.
Good evening. I'd like to start by saying thank you to everybody who came out to our BPAC International Day of the Child Night and to all of our students who performed. This year, we focused on really more of our student performers, and I think that probably helped with attendance as well because we were packed. It was fantastic. So many families. It was great to see all of our student performers celebrating their culture or the culture that they're learning about within their classroom. It was really a fantastic event. So thank you so much to our BPAC, our staff volunteers who were there all night, our parents who brought all of their students very early to participate. So thank you all for coming. In math, we just finished up a book study, Building Thinking Classrooms in Mathematics. We had 27 staff members, elementary, middle, administrators all participate. And we're very excited to help move this book study into the next level next year, especially in elementary, trying to build 8 to 10 classroom leaders with this type of research where their instruction is very different. It's less teacher talk. It's all student talk, trying to figure out work together, not in their seats often, talking through giving a kind of a question and learning about it, and then trying to talk with each other and problem solve around it was really what we learned about. It was fantastic. It was a great book study, and we're looking forward to moving forward with that. And next year, we're also moving away from Amplify Science. I'm sure some of our students here won't be too upset about that. Amplify is a great resource. However, it was very literature driven. At the middle school, it was very computer based. So we're going to try out next year a program called Open SciEd. It's completely free. So that is fantastic. However, it is also highly rated. So it's a highly rated program that is free. It's going to be more hands-on for students. It is absolutely phenomena based. So the students have to figure out a question or based on a video or something the teacher presents to them, and they try to figure out the science behind the why that happened. Our middle school teachers are already trying out one unit, and they're enjoying it. Some of our elementary teachers tried it out as well. It is available in English and Spanish. The Spanish versions are just still being built. So we're very excited to move to Open SciEd next year. And again, it'll be a year of practice and a year of trial to see how much we like it. It will be a good cost savings with a stronger science-based hands-on resource. So we're excited for that. In our tech department, our Seesaw ambassadors participated in some trainings with Mrs. Engstrom to develop a comprehensive presentation for staff on how to use Seesaw in a different way. We're still focused on cybersecurity, and we are very excited that out of the 101 staff members that were sent a phishing email, 0 clicked on it. So we've made a lot of progress in the cybersecurity area. And then, as Dr. Castillo said, Ms. Engstrom and Dr. Castillo are working on all things AI and with their AI committee and working through the Learning Technology Center of Illinois with Eric Santos presenting at the beginning of their meeting. Any questions? Thank you.
Ms. Flores.
Student services, we're continuing to plan for the next year. And one of the cool things we're introducing next year is a new program that's designed to meet the needs of students who are previously outplaced. We're partnering with SACIT, our cooperative, to bring some of those programs back to the district and have them district run. The program is going to be called the Functional Academic Program, and this program supports students with significant needs across multiple developmental domains, including academics, communication, social emotional functioning, behavior regulation, sensory processing, and functional life skills. These needs cannot be effectively addressed within a less restrictive environment, even with supportive supplements and supports. So the FAP program will emphasize student safety, structured and individualized skill development, measurable progress towards greater independence, and then meaningful and community engagement. The next area is, it's April, one of my favorite months. So it's Autism Recognition Month. It's a time dedicated to promoting understanding, inclusion, and acceptance for individuals with autism. Throughout the month, our district has engaged in activities that foster empathy, celebrate neurodiversity, and highlight the strengths and unique contribution of our students. In honor of Autism Acceptance Month, a group of Keeneyville students and staff will be attending Lake Park's Transitional Assistance Program annual walk and roll event tomorrow. The event celebrates inclusion, promotes awareness, and supports individuals with autism and other diverse learning needs. We would like to invite our whole entire community, Keeneyville community, to join us in celebrating our amazing neurodiverse students by wearing rainbow colors tomorrow as a symbol of acceptance, unity, and support. We remain committed to partnering with families and creating inclusive environments where all students feel valued, supported, and empowered to succeed. Lastly, I want to remind everyone that our Special Olympics team is having their first ever event on May 2nd and 3rd. We are called the Keeneyville Cobras, and I wish I would have brought the shirts up. They're very cute. So I'm incredibly proud and excited for our athletes to compete and represent the Keeneyville district. So any questions? Thank you.
Great, thank you. All right, now to the most important reason why we're here. So I'm going to call Mr. Liano. So you can introduce our guests here.
So we got a big group here. I was just talking to I call her Tukes, but it's Nikaya, I'm sorry. But Miss Nikaya does a really great job, and we were just sharing back that this has been our favorite group, well organized, and sometimes NJHS likes to do fundraiser, and this year was all about community. Everything they chose was everything majority outside the school and with the community. Before I start with them, I want to share one thing, only one thing on my report, very important to Miss Nikaya and I, but I would like to say today, she didn't want to come and join us on it because she's a little bit more reserved. So today we want to celebrate the amazing journey of Joanna Circa, our amazing EL teacher for the grades of 6th through 8th. She has earned an award of excellence in the classroom teacher category at the 52nd annual Those Who Excel in Teacher of Awards recognition on last Saturday at Bloomington Normal. She told both of us this months ago, but she's the type that didn't want to go public, and we kept on bugging her. And Jolene, you joined her just this last weekend, and it was so moving for her, and someone who's well deserved. So I would like to say Joanna came into this country over 20 years ago without speaking English. Yet she held onto a dream of becoming a teacher. Through hard work, resilience, and heart, she turned that dream into reality, and we are better because of it. When Joanna joined the Springwood family, she stepped into a place where the needs were always changing. Year after year, she was given different tasks, new challenges, and shifting roles, but she never backed down. Instead, she adjusted, adapted, and continued to find ways to meet every student where they were. She made sure all students were supported, pushed, and cared for. That's who Joanna is. She's not just a teacher. She's someone I personally depend on, someone I learned to grow alongside, someone who brings honesty, passion, and deep commitment to doing what's best for kids. Joanna, you didn't just join the Springwood, you became an essential part of who we are. We are proud of you, grateful of you, and lucky to call you Springwood family. So I don't know if she's listening, but she deserves a huge shout out. She has, ever since I've met her from the very first day, I think Craig Behringer, our principal at the time, made her stand up and speak, and she froze, and that was not her style. And what she's doing today is quite amazing, and it's so much. I've learned so much from her, just sitting next to her and her being excited. She's in my office almost every single day. I am honored to know her. I'm honored to work alongside her, and I wanted to share that story with her. She did not want to come here, she's just not that style. So if you see her, give her an email, give her a shout out, but we appreciate her. Okay, now we love Joanna, but we love our students too. This wonderful group, they did a great job. So I'm going to introduce Miss Tewksbury or Miss Nikhaya.
Hi, good evening. I am the advisor for National Junior Honor Society, or NJHS, at Springwood. Good evening, everybody. I brought everybody with me, and this evening they will be sharing their community service project. I just want to say a couple of words about this group because they are a fantastic group. I've been doing this for a few years now, and it's always neat to see the kids grow and see all their leadership qualities. And this group is one of the kindest, most hardworking, genuinely awesome group of teenagers. And I'm so thankful that I got to meet you guys because I'm not always seeing these kids in my classroom personally. So I really love meeting all you guys. So thank you so much. Okay, our first slide. I think I'm handling the first one. Okay, so on a Saturday, February 14th, this group of awesome teenagers came and met me at Feed My Starving Children in Schaumburg. And they worked hard for an hour and a half packing meals. And I think we had some fun along the way, shouting and screaming. And it was a huge group that day. We ended up packing enough meals for like 48,000 people. It was pretty amazing. So it was a very good day on February 14th. Good day to spend. Okay, next one. Our next community service project.
We did superheroes to help serve our community, including the Hanover Park Police Department, the fire department, the fire department, and the mayor. We served 2 different kinds of soup, minestrone and chicken cream. We also served bread and crackers, and they had such a had such a great time enjoying talking, getting to know each other, have some laughs. And I learned personally that to like multitask while having a conversation while trying not to spill the soup on them. So that was really helpful for me to like multitask and to have like a nice conversation with people I haven't met before. Since I live in Rosedale and they live in Hanover Park. So it was really nice to meet most of them. And our therapy dog also came in the one day and they just loved her. They felt so comfortable at Springwood. Thank you.
Good evening, guys. So me and my group, we went to Waterbury Elementary School. Thank you. Me and my group, we went to Waterbury Elementary School and we talked to them all on Springwood Middle School. We really wanted to make sure that when these kids come to Springwood Middle School, they feel as comfortable as we did because middle school, it's a brand new school, a lot of new rules. We went over 3 very important topics. To start off, we went over the basic information. This year at Springwood Middle School, we started a new bathroom pass known as Smart Pass, and it was a little confusing at first, but we got through it. It was something that we wanted to make sure that they know about because it's not like your normal pen and paper sign out. So we want to make sure that they were comfortable on that. We also talked on academics and how important academics here at Springwood Middle School is. We wanted to make sure that they knew that as classes get harder and harder throughout the year, every single teacher here at Springwood Middle School is willing to do whatever they can to make every single kid succeed, whether it's going to homework help, talking to them after class, meeting them for study hall. The teachers here are really amazing. They will do anything they can to help you succeed. And lastly, we talked about the sports and clubs here at Springwood Middle School. Springwood offers a variety of sports and clubs for every single student. It was really amazing because as we were coming into Springwood, we were like, oh, I hope they have this club, and to our surprise, they did. So we really wanted to make sure that the students got involved here at Springwood Middle School so that they can make new friends, learn new things, learn leadership, courage, all that kind of fun stuff. Overall, it was an amazing opportunity to go meet these students and enlighten them on Springwood Middle School because this is a great school and I would come back every single year. Natalie?
Oh. Hello, my name is Alexis, and I was one of these 4 girls who went to Waterbury and talked to them about Springwood. To begin, as they were learning, I also learned and acquired many new skills myself. Doing this really improved my leadership skills, being able to go there and represent Springwood. And this also improved my presentation skills by me pushing myself out of my comfort zone and talking in front of all of them and teaching them. Doing this as my community service project really helped me gain new powerful skills that I'll carry with me forever.
Hi, my name is Natalie, and I'm so happy that I got to be a part of this project. But I would like to speak a little about what we found most memorable about this amazing experience. So, a big component of what we really found that was so unforgettable was when we got to connect with the incoming 6th graders about some of their interests in the sports and clubs that are here at Springwood. It was so amazing just to see the excitement in their face when we spoke about certain sports or activities they were so excited to join when they got here. And another thing that was truly unforgettable about this experience was getting to hear what kind of questions they had about Springwood. And it was really, I'm sorry. It was great just getting to hear all the things that they were curious about our school, about what kind of things they wanted to get involved with, what kind of clubs, what kind of sports. And overall, the entire experience was so unforgettable. And getting to do this with some of these girls was so amazing. And I'm so happy that I got this opportunity. And it was also so unforgettable how we got to make an impact on them. And I really hope that they're so excited to come to Springwood now.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Bianca, and this is my group. This is Kate and Shia. And so what my group and I did is we went to Greenbrook Elementary School and we presented to the incoming 6th graders, and we were preparing them for Springwood because I know I was really nervous for the first day because middle school looks really scary, but we wanted them to feel safe with Springwood. And we also wanted them to feel welcomed and have an amazing time and make sure that they feel included. And we were also making them get involved in sports and clubs and stuff like that. We just went over all of the things and stuff. And yeah.
Hi, my name is Kate, and a memorable experience that I had with myself and my group is that we got to see a lot of new faces, seeing the new 6th graders incoming. We got to see a lot of our old teachers. It was very fun to hang out with them and just go back and talk to them and see them.
And they were like very surprised to see us all grown up. And it was just very like memorable to see all their faces getting happy. Like they were very excited to see and get ready to join middle school. And it is very stressing to get into a new school, especially with another school. But we made sure to comfort them on that and just like make sure that it's gonna be okay. Hi, my name is Shaya, and some of the skills I learned while going to Greenbrook is how to like present in front of people. One thing is that when I get older, I do want to like have a job where to present in front of people, and just getting started now is a really big step into that. Another thing is to branch off my ideas from my head to like be able to talk and elaborate more on the things. And the last one is to not panic. It might sound dumb, but to not stumble over our words and to like just say it'll be okay and it'll be fine.
Hello, my name is Zoe Arceo.
And my name is Natalie Robles.
For our volunteer, we went to the Roselle Public Library and helped them take down their old winter decorations and prepare to put up their new spring decorations.
We were able to learn many real-life skills in our experience, such as making appointments. During this, we would email the library staff back and forth. We would set dates, times, and etc. in our emails. Another skill we learned was creative skills. This was through cutting out designs and organizing our supplies. These designs were then placed onto the spring decoration board.
One thing that I found memorable during this experience was all the effort, work, and energy that the librarians put in order to make the library a welcoming place for our community, especially the fact that they have multiple librarians working at one time in order to complete different tasks, and they have decorations throughout the entire library, so it's a pleasant place for our local community.
One thing that was memorable for me was bonding with both my volunteering partner and the library staff. We made thoughtful memories while also helping out in our community.
Thank you for your time.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Rosalind. I'm Mackenzie Buter.
And I'm Evelyn Liang.
For our project, my group members and I decided to spend time and spread encouragement at the Grove. The Grove is an assisted living facility where elderly people that are not able to take care of themselves 100% live and stay. To show these people that they still matter and are important, my group members and I decided to show these people that they still matter and are important. Our group member had over a 2-hour ice cream social, including serving ice cream to the residents, conversating with them and staff, and overall truly making them feel like they're not alone.
As part of our service, we made inspirational cards, and everyone made a minimum of 5 cards, but most of us were very excited about this and made more than 5 cards. The cards had a fun play on words, giving encouragement and laughter to the people living in the facility. Many people who live in the facility have conditions that make it hard to live their day-to-day lives. And sometimes all you need is a little bit of words of kindness and encouragement to make your day better. Whilst making these cards, it really took the time to think about how these people truly feel and if they really feel alone or if they feel seen. And as a group, we hope that making these cards gave them encouragement and had the feeling of knowing they're seen and that they're cared about.
So I will be telling you about some of the stories and experiences that some of the people at the Grove that shared with us. So our first woman, her name is Deborah, and she wasn't she went to the retirement home because she was in a wheelchair and she couldn't walk, and at home she had stairs, so she couldn't walk up the stairs, and she had no one to help her because she lived alone. She grew up in a small town in Indiana, and her elementary school was actually held in a college. Deborah and her sister would drive in a car around just for fun. Hopefully safely. And when she grew older, she took up a job at an elementary school as a social worker for kids. Our second guy, his name is Sam, and he was actually diagnosed with brain cancer because he had a tumor in his brain. He had a crazy life. He had his first kid at 13. That's what he said. Probably by accident. And he graduated high school at 14 years old with a full ride scholarship in education and in basketball. Once he got older, he could finally drive, and he had this dream car. And so when he got to his like early 20s or something like that, he finally got his dream car, which was a red Porsche. Thank you for listening to the stories that they shared with us.
Overall, this experience has shown us that we should be grateful for what is given to us, show appreciation, learn how to be more patient, and have fun in life because you only live once. We took the life advice that they gave us because they have more experience in the world, and their opinion can and will be used and influence upon us someday. To our Springwood students, this was more than a project. Thank you, guys.
Hello, everybody. My name is Olivia Denuzo, and for my community service project, I decided to go to the Ronald McDonald House. I went 2 times. The first date was December 26th, and the second time was March 15th. Both of the times I went with my mom and my little sister. When I was there, I did Cookies from the Heart, which is where I made 4 batches of chocolate chip cookies, and the second time I did 2 batches of brownies. These were for the families who were staying at the home during this time. What I learned from this experience is that community service helps people in more ways than we can imagine. And even the little things, it doesn't have to be a big thing that you do, but even the smallest things can put smiles on people's faces and have a great effect on their lives and can make their days better. What was most memorable to me is that after we were done making the cookies, the girl asked me if we wanted to have a house tour. And she gave us a whole entire tour of the bottom layer of the house. And there were so many different sections, and one of them was like a gaming room, and it's up there in the picture. It's like a Pac-Man. It's the one under the gaming room area, and they had controllers. They had different games for the people to select from if they just want to relax and play some video games for the day. Then next to that room, there was a little family room, which had like a really long couch and a bunch of pillows. And families at the end of the day, if they were tired or if they just want to have family time, they could spend time together and watch a movie. The room next to that was a little play area for like little toddlers. And they had like this little area where they could play like grocery store or something with like different food items and like shopping carts. And there was also baby dolls and other things for kids to just have fun with. And I thought that was really nice of them, such a way to think of others and to get the little kids to like use their imagination and really to entertain them throughout the day. Towards the end of the house tour, they had this one area, and this was the first time we went there with the cookies. They had this area with a bunch of toys that people had donated. And it was like a little shop set up because if families weren't able to go out and get the time to go get gifts for their loved ones, since it was right across the street from the hospital, they could just walk over and get a gift for them and bring it to them, which I thought was very friendly of them. And also, after we were done making the cookies, I saw this little kid with like a pineapple plushie walk up to the cookies, and he was really happy. He had like a smile on his face. And I thought that was really adorable. But in the end, this was a very fun experience, and I hope to come back soon. And I hope to encourage others to have the same experience. And the people there were really nice. And it was such a positive environment. And that was my community service project. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Hello, my name is Amina Alibasir.
My name is Olivia Denuza.
For our community service, we did Kids Against Hunger on April 18th, and it's very similar to Feed My Starving Children, where you pack food bags and each person has to scoop out food and put them in the bags. What me and Olivia did is we sealed the bags, we weighed them, and we also packed them. When weighing the bags, we had to follow a specific range of grams, and if it was in that range, we got to yell out bingo. And after that, we got to seal the bags, and then we would take turns putting stickers on them and then putting them in the boxes. After that, we got to color on the boxes and even write notes. what I learned is that you need communication in order to succeed. You need to work together and be able to tell each other what to do and if they need more or less in their scoops. And the most memorable thing is just being there with a friend and knowing that you're doing a good thing for the community, and also being able to gain new experiences with people that you don't even know, and just talking to them and seeing how their life is, and just knowing why they came and being able to learn from them. Thank you so much.
Okay, so my name is Constantine. My name is Ben Polak.
My name is Ram Sohana.
We went to this organization called Phil's Friends where you pack care packages and help kids with cancer. And it was a really nice experience. It was cool for all of us and it was really joyful. We helped a lot with packing boxes and coloring cards for them. And I'm grateful to have been part of it.
Some skills that we learned at Phil's Friends were leadership, and also we learned what the patients want in their care packages and what they need, and it was very heartfelt because you were making someone's day, and because they needed the care packages.
Right, so the experience at Phil's Friends, well, working there, it was like a chilling, cozy place. So with my part is making cards, and think of it, it's very thoughtful and like making the time for it. With this quote on the board saying, "Lord, it's time for me to go to heaven." It's basically him, like Phil, the actual owner. He actually experienced like cancer, like at a young age, and he was literally on his deathbed. But what his continue to say is, "I dedicate the rest of my life to you, and what you have planned for me is that not everything's granted and life." So, all things considered, we encourage everyone here should take part in Phil's Friends mission to make a positive change in the world. Thank you.
Matt Buyak.
And I'm Nathan Pueblos.
So what I did for Rosa Public Library, it was only me because me and Nathan had to go separately because they didn't have a project for both of us. I did the bags on that side of the screen. I had like Makrana rainbow things to do where I had to cut up long strands of yarn and then weave them together to make little rainbow for future kids that would come so they could walk around the library and put books in to have just free books for them to read.
Mine is on the left, and it's basically me putting coupons in tote bags for a later event. And some of the skills we learned is basically communication, being able to communicate with kids from like ranging from 5 years old all the way to like high school students, like helping them find all their books is like honestly one good way to communicate. And just being able to communicate in a new environment also suddenly is one of the most important skills to have.
Couple memorable experiences I had. Doing the bags was new experience. Really haven't done anything like this before. It was fun to do something for the community and help out kids find new books they want to read and make younger kids excited to go to public libraries like this one because people do volunteering like us to make fun activities for the kids to enjoy.
My favorite memory is seeing all the little kids so interested in books because nowadays most people are just either on their phone or not really being able to read books. It's honestly so amazing to see little kids so excited to start reading and all that. Yeah.
Hi, my name's Evelyn Guevara. I'm Lila Cologne.
And I'm Anton Cotton. For our project, we went to the Early Childhood Center by Greenbrook Elementary School. And when we got there, the staff was very nice and very welcoming. And the kids were also so sweet and super nice. And as soon as we got there, they wanted to give us a hug. For our activities, I did a 3-rule animal guessing game. Basically, where I give out 3 hints describing the animal, and the kids have to guess it. And they left and got every animal right. Next, Lila, she read them Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, and they were so interested and could not stop saying Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. Lastly, Evelyn gave them color by numbers, and even though they didn't get all the colors right, they had so much fun. At the end, we just played with the kids, and I felt like a kid again. I had as much fun as they did.
Some of the skills we learned during this was flexibility. Like at the end, we had to cut our time short because it was a Wednesday. And also how to deal with kids because they gave us the experience and knowledge on how to act when kids aren't listening or when they're talking over us.
Some of the memorable experiences I think I would say I have is honestly just spending time around kids younger than our age because every day I'm hanging out with kids that are my age and I already know how they're going to react to things, but spending time with little kids who like see the world so differently and react to things so differently, it was honestly very memorable for me. And also just like how happy they were to see us, like they were so happy and we made their day and that was like just so amazing to me. I think I can say for all of us that we would definitely do it again. And I really hope that in the future for NJHS that more people will do this with the kids because they honestly had so much fun. And I'm so happy I got to do it with these people. And thank you.
Good afternoon, I'm Bella Solorio.
And my name is Marcia Shad.
And what we did to help our community, we volunteered at our local library, Poplar Creek, and we helped with the Loteria Night event. And if you guys aren't aware what that is just think of it as a Mexican version of bingo. So we helped set up it. We basically took the workload off the teen coordinator who would have been, usually doing it by himself. So first we had to set up like all the tables and the cards for people to play and the snacks and the prizes too. And we also had like a little place to take photos with those who came to the event. And yeah, it was it was it was really fun and it was just a great combination of culture and a good event for the community to join in.
Volunteering at the library's monthly Noche de Loteria event was actually like a great experience. I got to learn about Mexican culture through hanging up the decorations, watching the Loteria cards getting called, listening to the music, hearing the language they were speaking, and through some of like the candy and the beverages that they were serving. It also helped me learn some new Spanish words like el alacrán, la damsel, el sol y la luna.
I think what was most memorable is just being able to hang out with our community. All those who came to participate, they were all very kind, and I liked being able to talk with them during the game and, just like interacting with them like while they got up to get their prizes. And not just that, but we also had other teen volunteers with us while we worked at the Loteria Night, and I think they made it a lot better since, we weren't the only ones.
Core memory from the volunteer definitely was when we got to play Loteria ourselves after all of the people were situated. Like eating the snacks, putting like beans on the cart when our boxes were called, almost winning many times. It was like overall a fun experience.
Well, thank you so much for presenting. Great job, kids. Ms. Nakaya, thank you for the work that you do with the kids every year. Wonderful projects. Thank you. Yeah. You guys want to get a group picture up here? Let's get a group picture.
Definitely a team, yeah.
Yeah.
You put them in front of the word.
It's well done.
Yeah, for sure. The one girl in the front who's like in the jumper. Yep. She's like, yeah, literally. Yeah.
Yep.
With a hand. I was like, oh. She's been hanging out with Phil too much. Her hands were going.
Mail it your own parent.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah.
You do not have to stay for the rest of the meeting, so unless you want to.
We
made this ready.
We have to.
We're almost done.
And it was open invitation. Maple Leaf, been trying to give them the same for Saturday morning parking. When they're I have no. We are photo op.
Oh.
Dr.
Our school knows the crazy song. We are not by the flag. Lots of children come to water, very proud to tell you, I am a water very one. Yeah. Awesome. We could do the Greenbrook pledge.
That's it? That's it, Dr. Pecora? No more report? Is that what you're saying?
His work is done.
Wow.
His work is done. Wow. Mr. G. Did we lose him?
He's trying to get them to rally and so.
Oh, here we go.
They kept going.
Aw.
Everyone's done, but they do the Greenbrook pledge.
They're really good.
They do the pledge and then they do the Greenbrook pledge. I pledge to have a good attitude today. I will work hard and do my best. I will treat others the way I like to with respect.
Because I don't work.
That's a good pledge.
I'm gonna make my employees do that at work.
I really like the pledge. They read them to you.
Where's, just taking a picture of it.
Like, there's the student drive.
Did somebody get a picture?
Michael?
Yes. Or, oh, I didn't see Michael back there. All right, Mr. G, if you have a report, you're next. Mr. G. That was your report?
All right, good evening. The students and staff are working really hard the third trimester here to finish up their school year strong. We recently completed our One Book, One School program, which featured If I Can Build a Car by Chris Van Doe. As part of this experience, students built cars at home using recycled materials, helping strengthen the connection between schools and families. I can't say enough about the materials and everything else in our families and what they build. We had at least over 20, 30 cars that these kids built at home and everything else on display. It was phenomenal. Every student received a copy of this book to read at home and at school. They also designed their own cars on paper and described them in their writing. Mr. Bayer, our assistant principal, used AI to bring these ideas to life. The students were so thrilled when they saw what they created and how he was able to bring it to life. And even more challenging was as they wanted to add more details to see in their writing and just what could happen as they came to life all together. On another day, we had the students work with their classroom buddies to build cards together. Then on Friday, I can't say enough for Miss Hess, her dad and his car club. They brought up a couple cars. Miss Tunzi Cologne, her dad brought up his car. Dr. Buckley, her husband, and a couple of their friends brought up their car. We even had Mr. Manny had his car out there and everything else like that. And the kids got to go out for a car show and see what it's like when really cars are out there and everything else like that. Again, just connecting that home and school community piece. Also, our Greenbrook PTO had a book fair and bingo that same week, again, to kind of just celebrate and strengthen our school community home. Our gaming club has officially started at Greenbrook. And when you think gaming club, we're thinking electronics and everything else. Well, we're old school over at Greenbrook. It's all about board games over there. So we're learning the board games and play a variety of board games to kind of build our social skills and our critical thinking. In addition, the Poetry and Story Club is currently working together. This club has started from 5th grade and then it went to 4th grade. And now we're on our last group of kindergartners who are finally making their puppets. At the end of the time, when they finish this, they put on a production of the story with the puppets that they made and everything else like that. We also are having our 5th graders step in and become leaders and leading this kindergarten group in their last. And today I was there as they were finishing up. And it's just amazing to see the lights and the things on their faces. And they're so excited on what they created. I just can't say enough about how excited we were to welcome the Springwood 8th grade band to perform in our entire school. It's just amazing to watch the students that are 8th graders and everything else as they interact with us in the band thing like that. And just to see the look on our kids' faces, like someday they could be up there doing that and doing this in the school. And then our 5th grade here, the district had our band concert. And just to watch what they started as a beginning band in 5th grade and then finally do our last spring concert, it was really amazing to see it from step one on. So thank you.
Thank you. Mandy.
First and foremost, I want to say that we loved having the National Junior Honor Society come. We told them the kids they're gonna love you, they're gonna want to be, and they did. They walked in and the kids were in the circle and one of the kids stood up and the teacher said, well, you need to sit down, they're gonna talk. And she said, I just want to give them a hug. So this is, I think, the 3rd year maybe that we've done it. And they have knocked it out of the park every year. So and it was interesting for me to see some of these kids that I had in speech a million years ago in preschool, to hear them up and talking was really exciting. And to see that they're becoming leaders in their school. So in my previous board report, I talked about that we were going to be going to the Poplar Creek Library for our family engagement activity. And that happened on March 27th. And honestly, it could not have gone better. We were so happy. We've gone and done a field trip to the library. And then we've also had our community partners come in and talk about what they have to offer to our families. And we combined them this year. So our students and their parents came to the library. The students did the story time while the parents then listened to a dual language presentation for kindergarten, to prepare for kindergarten, which was spearheaded by Dr. Buckley. But our staff presented that, the kindergarten staff presented that. And then they had, after that, we had crafts, we had snacks, we had a scavenger hunt through the library, the children's area, which is really, if you've never been to the Poplar Creek Library, it is a really cool place. And so they were able to do that. And we had our community partners. I think we had 8 different organizations there and they had their tables out. And so instead of doing a presentation, they had them out. And so families could kind of come and go, and they had giveaways and they gave out information. And it was really a fun morning. We got a lot of positive feedback from our families. Our staff loved it. The kids seemed to love it. So we're definitely going to do that again. But it was really a fun, it was a fun way to incorporate all of those things. I do want to give a shout out to Lisa Fabris at the library, because she met with us several times in organizing this, and anything we needed, we said, okay, well, we'll get this. Oh no, we've got it. And we've got, this earmarked for our community engagement. And she really, really made it easy for us. So it was really nice to partner with her. we have our last preschool screening of the school year tomorrow. The screening is full, so we're getting ready. These will be for next year. And then we have kids already signed up for August. So we're excited to get more students as a lot of our students go to kindergarten. And then we're also just encouraging everyone to continue to register for next year. For our returning preschools, I think we have about 3/4 of them already registered. Some aren't sure if they're going to be here next year or not, if their leases expire, things like that. But we have quite a few. Joanna Jensen does a good job of reaching out to those parents and really getting them to register. So preparing for finishing this year and preparing for next year.
Thank you. Concludes our reports.
Thank you. May I have a motion that the Board of Education approve the Educational Benefit Cooperative Health Insurance Renewal Rates for 2026-2027 school year as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Abstain? Maria, please call the roll.
Brent Hafer.
Yes.
Amanda Capola.
Yes.
Lynn Steiner.
Yes.
Natalie Kucharski.
Yes.
Terry Taylor.
Yes.
Farah Ahmed.
Yes.
Sarah Tellera.
Yes. Motion carries. May I have a motion that the Board of Education approve the non-certified staff salaries for 2026-2027 as presented?
So moved.
Second. Abstain? Maria, please call the roll.
Amanda Capola.
Yes.
Lynn Steiner.
Yes.
Natalie Kucharski.
Yes.
Terry Taylor.
Yes.
Farah Ahmed.
Yes.
Sarah Tellera.
Yes.
Brent Hafer.
Yes.
Motion carries. May I have a motion that the Board of Education approve the administrator contracts 2026-2027 as presented?
So moved.
Second. Abstain? Maria, please call the roll.
Lynn Steiner.
Yes.
Natalie Kucharski.
Yes.
Terry Taylor.
Yes.
Farah Ahmed.
Yes.
Sarah Tellera.
Yes.
Brent Hafer.
Yes.
Amanda Capola.
Yes.
Motion carries. May I have a motion that the Board of Education adjourn the meeting?
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Abstain? Motion carries. What?